Good morning, guys. I hope you had a wonderful Easter, safe one too. I was watching Sue Blackhurst. I'm going to leave the link of her video at the bottom in the description of the video. Please go there because a lot of times you guys ask me for my email address and it's there. These are all my thoughts and opinions from information that's out there. Do your own research and be nice with the comments. I've raised this point before, which was Doria, and I'm going to get into this first. But let me tell you something. I don't know if you heard the news that King Abdullah of Jordan, King Abdullah II of Jordan, has put his brother under house arrest for creating, trying to destabilize Jordan. I've been to Jordan myself, and the Middle East is a very volatile place. And what he has done, him and his beautiful Queen Rania have done, is amazing for women's rights, especially. You know, like Queen Rania started this fund, a business fund, small businesses for females, only females, which is a huge thing if you don't understand, if you don't know the culture in the Middle East. It's something huge because women are not, you know, in some places, even culturally wise, they're not supposed to be self-sufficient, have money, do their own thing. They're supposed to be dependent. They've also taken huge steps in the law in honor killings, you know, or stoning of women. Even his daughter, even the king's daughter, is the first female pilot in the army or something like that. He gave her her wings, you know, which is huge. He made his wife colonel in the army as well, and that is huge because please, if you understand the culture, and do a little bit of research, you will understand how massive this is. That a woman is doing so much, and he backs her up, and he's incredibly respected in the Middle East. Basically, Jordan is considered the UN or Switzerland of the Middle East, you know, where everybody backs him up. He's not feared, he's respected. And the best thing of it all, he's a Trekkie. If you guys know, you know I'm a big old Trekkie. I'm a big Star Trek fan. He even begged to appear when he was Crown Prince in Star Trek movie, and I think it was the USS Voyager, if I'm not correctly. I have to check that, but please fact check me on everything I say. And even he held the first Trekkie convention in Jordan, and he has started this incredible science, you know, and IT fair in science because he's such a big Trekkie, and also because he wants to stay ahead. So good on him, because his brother, out of jealousy, was trying to destabilize his ruling. Jordan is one of the few things that is keeping together the Middle East. Trust me when I say that. Everybody, even Iran, Iraq, everybody respect them. So good on him. This is what the royal family must do. I wanted to do this video quickly because I want to tell you guys one thing before I start. I gotten quite a few things saying that my big fat chipmunk face and stuff like that filled with Botox. I don't do Botox. I actually can't do it. I do some peelings once in a while. I haven't done that because of COVID. But I have an illness. I have lupus. I don't know if you see my hand. Sometimes you see that, how red it is. That is a secondary Raynaud's syndrome. And I also have diffuse scleroderma, which makes my skin thick with pockets of, what's it called, collagen. You think it's a blessing. I'm very happy. I mean, it's one good thing to have, you know, at least a side effect or symptom, whatever. It's a thickening of the skin. It is quite painful, and it's also gives me organ failures and stuff like that. But, you know, if I did, I would tell you. I don't have a problem with that, you know, but this is why you see like it's really thick. My skin is really thick, which is a blessing in many ways, you know. So yeah. And I hope you guys can understand me because I receive a lot of emails saying that you don't understand my English. I speak 4 languages, guys, and I'm very bad in all 4 of them. So I hope I'm getting my message across, or my ideas and opinions. I was thinking, where is Doria? You know, I was thinking, when Meghan said that she was suicidal, her mother was there with her. Where is this mother's love for her. She is a qualified social worker specializing in mental health issues. And she was with her daughter at the time when she was feeling suicidal. And Meghan Markle felt more comfortable to go to HR department, which is really odd because she would think that's beneath her. When she has her personal secretary, she has all these people that she chose because she hired everybody. Good on Piers Morgan for calling them out. Now, a lot of people have written to me say, oh, if Meghan Markle apologizes. The point is that abusing the race card or claiming abuse because of racism or an illness, disability, it's a crime in the UK, because when you do that, you undermine any investigation against you. And you do it with that purpose in mind. So Meghan Markle using the mental health issues and the race card issues is not just a matter of an apology, it's a matter of putting her in jail. I did a video a few months back where there's a guy who was sent to prison for 12 months for claiming a racial abuse simply to get out of paying a parking ticket when he was parked in a disabled parking spot outside a hospital. And he claimed racism to not pay the ticket, So I've done that thing there. So this is not about her apologizing. It's way past that. So all the letters that I get, it's, she has to do an apologize and go back. No. This is a woman. If you remove the race and the I don't know what was it that she said that she wasn't allowed to leave or stuff like that. And they all have been proven to be lies. The interview was about a couple of people who are extremely privileged, who didn't get their way and were trying to extort the monarchy into giving them something that they didn't deserve. So they had to invent something, and that is a criminal thing. This is not a family issue. It is an issue to be investigated by the police, a third body. I've been told to wait until Thursday. I've been asked, not told, and I've agreed. But if not, I'll post my petition. I hope you guys support it. It may be nothing, I don't know. But today was supposed to be the last day that A&L is to submit their appeal in the Meghan Markle case in the newsletters thing. I haven't heard anything. Have you guys heard anything? Because please let me know if you have. Now, I have a couple more questions in regards to Doria. It's just that something has been bothering me for quite some time now, because this is a woman who, is with two very public people, and yet you don't hear anything about her. You don't hear anything about her. Suddenly, this is just to go by what it said in the papers and stuff. Suddenly you have that she has 9 million. She's the CEO of a corporation where it takes only cash. And by taking only cash, that means that you don't get to report that to the IRS. I mean, I don't know about you, but from what I've read and from what I've heard, Mr. Markle was doing quite well before he married Doria. He was quite a successful, very well-loved individual. And as soon as he married Doria, things went to hell. Meghan Markle went into the royal family with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Even this trashy interview for her gave her a platform. And in her mind, for people like her, I've said this before, it's not good or bad publicity, it's publicity. So for her, she has nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that interview with Oprah is basically and good for her, because Harry deserves it. Harry's not mentally ill. He doesn't have a mental illness. I would have respected, you know what? I would have gotten behind Harry. First of all, they didn't have to do the interview. But if he had done the interview and said, you know what? I I wanted to leave if he had left the royal family, given back the titles, gone by his name Harry Windsor, thanked everybody, and then wanted to do an interview about mental health issues, how he struggled with the death of his mother, how he still has resentment for his father, how he still blames his father for not being faithful to his mother, because I'm sure that part of him must think if he had been a better husband, my mother would still be alive and we would have had a better home. Had he done that interview, you know what? I think he would have been very well loved in the US. Even I would have gone behind him, but if he had done it not to trash his father, but to say, I am still angry about that. I am still very upset because, my mother didn't need to be dead. I would have been, I don't know about you, but I would have gotten behind it. If he had said, and this is why I left the royal family, because I want to figure things out on my own. Even though I'm incredibly thankful and incredibly grateful, I still want to find my own path. I can guarantee you that at least I can speak for me. I would have been, well done, Harry, But had he left his titles, probably I would have been one of the people saying, no, okay, let him have his titles, But he didn't do that. His whole interview was not about his feelings or his struggles with mental health. The whole interview was first filled with lies. Second, to destabilize, to complain about the fact that he didn't get more privileges, that he didn't get more titles. That's what that interview is about. They didn't give me the same they gave William. They didn't give Megsy the same they gave Catherine. Even though, it's insulting to compare the Duchess of Cambridge with Catherine, but here we are. So had he done that interview, I think that the whole world would have gone, you know what, we get that. We really get that, and we respect that, But he doesn't, does it? He left with the titles. He wants more money. He wants to be supported his entire life, him and his skanky wife. They refuse to present documentation, and that, you will see that in my petition. It's nothing that it has to do anything against the kid. It's just that it is a fact that because of all the privileges they get, the child, the legitimacy of that child has to be unquestionable. So they have to present the same thing as the Duchess of Cambridge, when her 3 beautiful children were born, that they present the signatures of the doctors saying, this is what's happening. And we signed it, we saw it, we delivered. There's nothing there. So when you see that because it's in the petition, please, I know I'm going to get the letters anyways from the Sugars and the emails, but has nothing to do that I don't like Meghan. It's the fact of life, because his birth, we're thinking that the legitimacy of his birth is correct. But given how many lies his parents tell, how much fraud they commit, everything else has to be questioned. So these are my thoughts and opinions. What do you guys think? If Harry, for example, had said, you know what, if he had given back the titles, if he had said, you know what, I don't want my wife there. I don't want anything like that. I support my wife. I understand my father and I are in different places. I understand my father has changed, and I'm very grateful for everything Britain and everybody has given me. But I think I want to forge my own path. I still am, struggling with certain issues about my mother's death. And, I think we all would have gotten behind it. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Now, a lot of you have asked me about my hair. Now, I will tell you what I do. Please be aware that this is what I do. And I tried and tested it since I was a kid. My mom used to do it to me all the time. But I don't know if it'll work for your hair. My hair, I don't have thick hair. I have thin hair, but I have lots of it, So, and I've tested it. I've seen a lot of videos. I was surprised, for me, when I got to Canada, when I officially moved to Canada, that people didn't use rice water. So I stopped using it. And it was quite hell for me because my hair got all frizzy, and then you have to put more products in and stuff like that, until one day I said, that's enough. I'm going to just go back to my rice water. And I like it. It's worked for me. I know that there's quite a few recipes out there. Some people cook it for 12 hours. They leave it festering for hours. I don't do that at all. When I'm not in the farm, because when I'm in the farm, it's very dusty. I work pretty much all day in the fields, I wash my hair twice a week to cleanse it. Sometimes just once a week. When I'm in Europe or in Canada, I only wash my hair once every 10 days. Yeah. Now, what I do is I choose a night. I usually do it on a Sunday when I'm not going out or anything. And I get a cup of rice, I pour it in water, in like a liter of water. I usually do about a cup and a half per liter. So, and I do 2 liters. So do your thing there. And again, you have to test and, try it for yourself, see how it works. If you have, for example, gray hair, dry hair. I have a little bit of hair is not oily, but I produce more sebum in the follicles of my hair. So grab the cup, and what I do is I let it sit for about 15-20 minutes. Then I remove just the water. I cut some the lemon peels. I just put 3 or 4. I do this, and I add coconut oil because I like the smell of coconut and lemon. Some people add lavender, but I only add like 4 or 5 drops, not very much, because the starch of the rice, it's oily, so I just added a little bit more just in case. And then I cook it for about, until it's very hot, not boiling. If you want to boil it, fine. I mean, it's up to you. And then I just let it sit. And on Sunday, I come and I wash my hair. I will leave the link for which shampoo I use. If you have color in your hair, I'll leave that other link too, because I also use that shampoo for, even if my hair is not color, but I use it to protect the color of my hair. I don't know if it makes any sense, just some craziness I have. So what I do is I wash my hair. Keeping your scalp clean for me is the only thing to do. The cleaner your scalp is, the better. Then you get air, and of course brushing my hair in the scalp. I start from the scalp, not just the hair. It increases the circulation and moves the sebum and the follicles down to the hair, which lubricates the hair. So that's very key. So I wash my scalp and my hair really well. I do it in the sink before I go to the shower. I do it in the sink, and I massage my scalp, and then I rinse my scalp, and then I wash my hair. It doesn't take me more than 5 minutes, really, guys. And then I wash the ends of my hair. And then what I do is I put my hair in the sink, and I drop the water where it doesn't go away. You know what I mean? In a bucket kind of thing. And I pour it like in the sink, so it goes from the head to the bottom like that. And I let it sink, and I pour it. I grab from the same water until I get my scalp sink, and I go like this, and then I get it in the hair, and then I put it up in a little ponytail, and then I walk around a little bit, like for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, and then when I go take my regular shower, and I rinse off my hair. That's it, really, guys. That's all I do. And then I don't blow dry. You can sometimes when it's really cold and I have to go outside, I just dry my hair like that, just to dry it, but I don't style it or anything like that. And then I brush my hair. I brush my hair in the mornings and at night. But I do it to get this. I do it at night, because your follicles produce that sebum, which is really great. And then I brush it at night before I go to bed. I do 150 here, 50 there, and then the next in the morning, because it's like usually 6 to 8 hours when I wake up, I also brush it again just to get the sebum from the roots going. And that's all I do, guys. And I do it once every 10 days. But if you start doing it now, don't think that just because you wash it once it's going to happen. When I stopped doing the rice water and I started using a lot of products, it took me about 5 to 6 weeks to get my hair. And it's never frizzy. I don't know if you can see it. It's never frizzy, and it looks healthy. So brushing really helps. When I'm at the farm, I brush it more often just to get the dust, like a cat that cats lick, themselves in there. But I do it with the brush, and it's not an expensive brush, nothing. So that's nothing, no trick. But again, you have to look at your type of hair, whether you have thin hair, and you have to test it. You have to try it. There's lots of recipes on the website. I keep it simple. I don't wait it for too long, just I put it in water, I leave it for 15 minutes. I cook it for a little bit like hot. I let it cool off, and then I wash my hair over the sink on a bucket. So I reuse the water, after you wash the hair. keeping it clean is really important. And then I just brush it, and that's really what I do, guys. I don't know if it's gonna help you, but here it is. I also, for my skin, I use something called, I know this is gonna sound disgusting, but it's true. I use something called Paula's Choice. It's not mine. It actually, one of my friends found it about 4 months ago, and I've started using it, and I like it very much. I usually use Obagi, and it's very expensive, and they don't sell it here in Norway. And then, so this person sent me this thing, and it was really funny because it's called Paula's Choice Vitamin Serum C Boost. It's a little yellow thing, but I don't put it in my hands because it absorbs so quickly that it has like a little thing in there. So I grab it and I go like this, and I immediately put it on my face, because if you put it in your hands and then in your face, most of it stays in your hands. I do it from my neck up. So I hope it has worked. I'll leave the links of what I use. And for lipstick, I got turned on this thing. It's called Isadora. I usually wear MAC or Christian Dior. But since Isadora came, and, given it's cheaper, and I just really like it. And it's just like a lip gloss, really. I love it. I hope this helps you. If you have more questions about my hair, I'll be more than happy to do that. So yeah, but other than that, let's go back to Harry. What do you guys think? If he had been forced to do something, and if he was really doing something for mental health, why didn't he actually do something along the lines of his mental health and his struggles with his mother? You know why? Because it had to be about Meghan. And this is all Meghan's doing to set herself up for a victim as to why she left the royal family. Fortunately for her, it has backfired. This is all for Meghan's sake. Meghan knew that she has no excuse for leaving the royal family other than greed and using the new position. So she had to place blame somehow. And just like the royal family made it hard for her to use those things, because everybody keeps going on about Meghan's allegations of rape. If you go back, it's Prince Harry who had one conversation. I want to stipulate this because everybody's going, oh, Meghan has to confirm which allegations. No. She said somebody had a conversation. She said, nobody had it with me. They had it with my husband. So they should shift things, but she did it so cleverly, so she needed to get out. This is all for Meghan. This was her idea. And I think it backfired because she was trying to set herself up to be the victim in order to be able to leave Harry. She has succeeded to some degree, except that everything that she said has been proven to be a lie. Anyways, let me know what you think.